Hi guys, if this scene looks familiar, that's because it is. I just finished recording the Dial M vlog and now I'm gonna film an Enemy of the People update vlog. I guess it's not really an update vlog, it's the first vlog. I'm just gonna share what we've done so far. Most of this is like me just talking. Guys, guess what? I read the Spark Notes today for Enemy of the People. It was really useful. Who knew? Okay, but for real though, I'm just gonna butt in because I realized I forgot to explain the plot of An Enemy of the People. Basically, what it is supposed to be this like attack on democracy or something like that. Basically, the main character, Dr. Stockman, finds out that the baths in the town is like contaminated with bacteria or something, and back then apparently bacteria wasn't like widely popular. People didn't necessarily believe in bacteria, so Dr. Stockman wants all the pipes replaced, right? But his brother, Peter Stockman, the mayor, he opposes this idea. Part of it, I assume, is probably because of their like sibling rivalry, but also Peter Stockman, he's kind of an insecure guy, right? So he doesn't want to admit that he made a mistake in the first place. And he made a couple of great points in that it's gonna cost a lot and the bats will have to be shut down for like 2 years. So it's not exactly the most strategic move. But Dr. Stockman counters, yeah, but people will get sick, you know? You gotta be responsible for that. You can't let everybody get sick. And then more stuff happens. But because of this showdown, Dr. Stockman was like, you know what, I'm gonna post all about this in the People's Messenger, which is like a newspaper agency that he happens to be in business with. So he writes this very scathing article about the baths, and he wrote all about how the pipes need to be replaced and how it's really not healthy for everybody. And basically the people who own and who run the newspaper are kind of they're kind of iffy on where they stand. At first, they were with Dr. Stockman. But then Peter approaches them and was like, yeah, you know what? If you publish this, people are not going to be happy because they're going to be the ones who have to like pay for the upgrades. And it's going to close down for like 2 years. So all the business, you know, happening, coming to the town, that's all going to go to waste. And so the people who run the newspaper are like, yeah, this is not a good thing. We probably shouldn't run this because everybody will be mad. So they're kind of like switching over to Peter Stockman's side. And Dr. Stockman was like, well, I thought you were on my side. And they're like, yeah, sorry about that. That was before we knew the whole truth. And he was like, doesn't matter. Even if you won't publish my article, I will hold a meeting so I can talk about it to everybody directly. And they were like, yeah, good luck finding a place. And then he finds a place, right? At Captain Horster's house. And then so he has this whole like assembly, and also throughout the whole time Peter Stockman was like, yeah, you know what, you work for the baths, unless you retract your statement you're gonna be fired. And his wife is like, I know you got morals and stuff, but also at the same time think about your family. You got kids. Even though your daughter, she can like provide for herself, think about your sons. Originally there are 2 sons, but we're thinking about replacing that with just a baby, you know, because it makes casting a lot easier. They have this big meeting at this assembly hall or something owned by Captain Horster, a good friend of the family. Once they're there, apparently they try to have some sort of democratic structure to it. Peter Stockman and Aslaxon, which is also kind of involved in the People's Messenger, but he's basically head of the homeowners. He's head of the Homeowners Association or something like that. The 2 of them are kind of conspiring and we're like, we're gonna raise up a motion to prevent you from talking about the pollution in the baths. And Dr. Stockman was like, fine, in that case, I'm gonna talk about the pollution in the city. You know? Different thing. Huh, very smart. Basically, Dr. Stockman, if we were to condense him into a short sentence, he has a very short fuse and very idealistic. He goes on this whole rant about, yeah, you know what? The majority is stupid. We need to rely on the power of the minority and whatever. And he's basically roasting everybody in the audience, right? Everybody gets mad at him. They riot. They trash his house. You know, a bunch more stuff happens. He's been like labeled an enemy of the people. He's lost his job. Petra also lost her job. And they're planning to move to a different place. But in the end, apparently, he changed his mind and was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna make my point. I'm gonna continue fighting, and yeah, that's the end. I promise you, it's more like satisfying in the actual play. At least I hope. So I guess so far we've done auditions. You're eating a lot of nuts, buddy. Do you wanna like slow down? I mean, oh, look at that face. Look at that. It smells so good. Hey, look how cute this is. Look, he's playing with the toy I made. Right? Yeah. Look, that's not adorable. So, like, funny story, back at the Fringe, pretty much almost the whole company, we had like a conversation staying up till like 4 a.m. Or maybe it was 3 a.m. I don't remember, but it was really late. We were just staying up discussing Loki's daily schedule. I had like a whole lecture. I should have prepared a PowerPoint presentation. But this is Loki, and it is 12 o'clock, so he's still playing nice. Yeah, so far we've casted most of our cast, and we did put out a crew call, which is looking really good. We did have quite a bit of submissions. We really need a production manager, because so far I think I've been kind of taking up the role of production manager, and it's gonna be a lot if it continues on like this. But yeah, and I'm thinking of doing like of making this a training show so that we can train people. We'll see how that goes. Guys, a little bit of a hiccup. So I was at the hospital, right? I had tummy issues, and I was just informed that we had rights issues. So apparently the script we were gonna use, we were allowed to use it under the Project Gutenberg license, but apparently the website was a US website, so we don't know for sure if it's legal in the UK. Luckily though, we talked to wonderful treasurer. He says that apparently since the original text by Henrik Ibsen is already in public domain, we can actually make really big edits. So technically that should be legal. And also they're supposed to have like an Enemy of the People production in the West End. So that's probably why we're running into more legal issues. I'm supposed to meet up with Valerina tomorrow to like decide what new direction we're taking this. Wish me luck, guys. Oh, and I'm supposed to read like the whole script before tomorrow, so yay! Okay, so it's the next day. We had a bunch of crew interviews yesterday. We interviewed a bunch of people who applied to be crew assistants, and they all seemed really nice. Okay, what are you doing? Stop! He's trying to get into my shirt. So today I'm editing the script, and me and Valerina, we agreed to lean a little bit into the sitcom vibe, because if you think about it, it is kind of like a sitcom. I don't even know what he's trying to do. Anyway, we were thinking of leaning into more of the sitcom vibe, so definitely much more comedy. Oh, I love comedy. I've rewritten a couple of scenes. I'm hoping, I mean, it's really funny in my head. Hopefully it's as funny as I do have it in my head. Let me give you a little snippet, right? Go in there for the present. Oh, is there no better place? This is very unbecoming of a mayor. Pretend to be doing something as accent. Oh, why, Mr. Hofstad, you won't believe the exquisite flavor of these pens. Well, I certainly hope you're not consuming too much of that ink. Dr. Stockman, back so soon? And I was just hoping to see a certain article in print. You couldn't expect it yet, Doctor. No, but I am impatient, you understand. I shall know not a moment of peace until I see it in print. will take a good while. As Laxon. Yes, I'm most afraid it will. Alright, my dear friends, you leave me no choice but to suffer in my own anticipation. A matter of great importance. The welfare of the town at stake must be dealt with haste. What was that? Correct! Dr. Stockman, you are absolutely correct! It is always a privilege to receive nuggets of your wisdom every time we cross paths. Oh, you're absolutely welcome. I shall come back a second time, and this time there better be a paper with my name on the byline. Finally, I thought he would never leave. There is one other thing I would like to speak to you about. I can't believe Loki pooped in the middle of that. So that's pretty much as I've written so far. I hope that was funny and not just because I was messing around. More updates coming soon.